Welcome to Real World AIP. I'm Stacey, and today I'm going to show you my simple recipe for how to make a really authentic tasting AIP compliant ketchup. So this is really nice, basic, super authentic. Phil tried it. He was like, wow, you can fool someone with this. So only one little specialty ingredient in it, and you will find loads of uses for it if you pick some up. I highly recommend you do. I'll put a link in the description to where you can get it. These people do not sponsor me. Tamarind is awesome. Tamarind works really well in any no tomato recipe to make it taste like tomato. And I have a bunch of recipes that use it so it won't go to waste. You know, you're not going to just make ketchup and then it's going to sit there and, you know, collect dust. So grab yourself some tamarind and you're ready to go. You'll probably have the rest of this stuff in your cabinets already, or in your fridge or freezer. So I'm starting out with boiled carrot, or microwaved, or however the heck you want to cook them. Just make sure they're fork tender. Pieces like that, kind of chopped, kind of packed, half cup or 105 grams. And then we're gonna start just tossing the stuff into the blender. All right, to your blender, and any old cheap blender will do, because this is all, you know, not anything crazy that we're blending here. Put that half cup of carrots. The reason that they're like clunk, clunk, clunk is because these are still kind of frozen. I actually, I boil these ahead of time and I keep them in the freezer until I'm ready to make ketchup or whatever else I want to do with them. I also use these as the orange color for my cheese when I make my queso cheese. So I like to have them cooked, ready to go in the freezer. And I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Okay, a half a teaspoon of salt. Oh, and guys, this recipe is in print up on my website, realworldaip.com. You just go to the menu on the top there, there's a drop down, and it'll say recipes in print. 1/2 teaspoon salt. 3 tablespoons or 1.5 ounces of water, filtered water. For sweetness, I'm going to use a couple of large medjool dates. I got these from Trader Joe's. These are fresh, there's no preservatives in them, and they do have a pit, but they're not hard to work with, I don't think anyway. This part on the top is hard, so always check the top. This one didn't have it. And then I just pull it apart. And you can get the pit right out. And I didn't pre-cut these, they just come right out. So this is about 34 grams. So next I'm gonna add the tamarind. These are easy, relatively easy to find in most grocery stores if you know where to look, because they're usually like in the, I wouldn't say all grocery stores, but I've seen them in grocery stores that are have relatively common stuff. If you want to go this route, then you'll just have to crack open these pods, get the pulp out, and I show you how to do that in my sweet and sour meatball video, so I'll link to that. Or you can just buy the paste. The paste is still gonna have like little hard things in it, here and there. So what I do is I measure out how much I'm using. I need 1 teaspoon. You don't want to just throw in and eyeball this. You really kind of want to measure it, because if you put too much, it's going to be weirdly sour. But you don't want to skip this either. It really makes a difference. So there's 1 teaspoon, and I don't feel any little hard pieces in there. So there we go. This stuff keeps in the fridge forever, so don't worry about it going bad. There, 1 teaspoon. And we need to make this red like ketchup, so let's go over the beet juice part. All right, you can use beet juice from the can, although I find it's not concentrated enough. It's like not super bright red, it's more like pink. You have to use so much of it to get the color you want that you run the risk of tasting beet in your ketchup, and you don't want beet flavored ketchup. One way to get around that is to start this recipe with purple carrots. The purple carrots are going to already get you part of the way there to the color of ketchup. I didn't have any purple carrots, but it doesn't matter, it's fine. What I like to do is I roast my own beets. You just buy the fresh beets in the produce section, peel them or don't peel them, just wash them well and slice them. And then I put those beets, the sliced raw beets, in a glass baking dish with like 2-3 tablespoons of water, just a little bit of water. And then I wrap it with foil real good. And then I bake them at $4.50 for like 45 minutes to an hour. And what you're left with is delicious cooked sliced beets that you can put in whatever. And on the bottom you get just a little bit, like maybe not just 3-4 tablespoons of this super ultra duper concentrated beet juice. And it's perfect to use for food coloring in any of your tomato stuff, your faux tomato slices, your ketchups, anything. I mean, it's like super ultra red food coloring. And the stuff from the can isn't the same. So anyway, I keep mine in the freezer. You can use any ice cube tray, just that you don't always need a whole ice cube full. So I'd fill your ice cube trays, if you're using the regular ones, fill them like quarter to a halfway. This is a teeny weeny itty bitty mini ice cube tray. And I like keep them in here, and like literally it'll take like maybe 4 or 5 of these, depending on how much volume I have, to color something bright red. So anyway, there's my food coloring. I'll start with, I don't know, 3, 4, I'll put 5 of these little mini cubes in. I'll see what color it turns out, and then I'll put a few more in if I need them. Let's blend this up. Ideally, you would have soaked those 30 grams of dates, you would have soaked them in the 3 tablespoons of water for like, you know, overnight, or you could just do it for like an hour to soften the dates. And you know what? That's probably what I meant to do. What? I just didn't write that part down in my recipe. Whoops. That's alright, it'll be fine. But yeah, soak the dates in that water. So I'm thinking a couple more cubes of beet juice. This recipe just makes about 8 ounces, and it does freeze well. Absolutely freezes well. So feel free to double, triple this. This tastes like ketchup as much as it looks like ketchup. And it's like got the perfect dippable, like you could dip a sweet potato fry in there and it would cling to the sweet potato fry. So there it is, AIP compliant ketchup. You could trick your kids with this, you could trick anybody with this. You could put it on anybody's burger. Once again, there I go again, put it on a burger. Everything goes on a burger. Serving suggestions? Put it on a burger. Seriously though, this is legit. I hope you love it. Let me know if you make it. I love to hear feedback. I love to know if you made any tweaks to the recipe, or you know, just if you have any interesting serving suggestions. Smear it on a meatloaf and bake it. You know what to do with ketchup. By the way, if you want to support the channel, you can find me on Patreon, and my patrons get an exclusive once a month recipe tutorial and a bunch of behind the scenes stuff. But I also have free stuff up there, like free to the public behind the scenes clips and grocery hauls and things like that. So you can find me there if you want more inspiration. And I'll be loving ketchup, and I hope you're enjoying your summer, and I hope to see you soon. And I hope that I have a burger in my near future. Be healthy.